Here are some ways to get Guidus TV. Via satellite on Galaxy 19 FTA. At this satellite frequency, transponder rate 5, frequency 11836 MHz, polarity vertical, symbol rate 20770, FEC 3/4, channel ID, Guide US TV. You can also download the app to your smartphone. Available for iPhones from the App Store, for Android on Google Play. And now Guidus TV is available on Roku. Get guided with Guidus TV. Here are some ways to get Guidus TV. Via satellite on Galaxy 19 FTA. At this satellite frequency, transponder rate 5, frequency 11836 MHz, polarity vertical, symbol rate 20770, FEC 3/4, channel ID, Guide US TV. You can also download the app to your smartphone. Available for iPhones from the App Store, for Android on Google Play.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You're watching us live, coming to you all the way from our studios here in Southern California. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And we already have our first caller on the phone ready to go to recite on TV. And here he is. Tell us your name.
Abdullah Yana,
MashaAllah. Where are you calling from?
New York.
New York. All right. MashaAllah. What would you like to recite for us tonight?
Surah.
Surah, which one? Surah An-Nam. MashaAllah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
Louder.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min sharril waswasil khannas alladhi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas min al-jinnati wan nas.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Very good, very good. Well, let's introduce one of our first guests here tonight, Dr. Sultan in St. Louis, Missouri. Assalamu alaikum, Doctor.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
MashaAllah, did you hear our little brother reciting the Quran just now?
So fantastic. Allah Ta'ala accept his efforts. It was so beautiful, so nice, so uplifting.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
All right, so let's get our next guest there with us. We have Richard Kiefer, and he's all the way up in Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you all out in California?
California, yeah, that's where we are, Southern California, mashallah.
Yes.
Did you hear this little guy reciting right now? By the way,
Subhanallah.
By the way, what is your age? How old are you? 5 years old. Oh my goodness!
That's awesome.
Woo. Now, Richard Kiefer. Say it again.
In November 24, I'll be 6.
In November 24, he will be 6. Inshallah ta'ala. MashaAllah. 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 Well, I'll trade with you. You make some dua for me, and I'll make some dua for you. Does that sound like a good trade?
Inshallah.
Inshallah. MashaAllah. So if you have some little ones at home that you'd like to recite on TV, guys, you can call us. We'll put the number up right here on the screen. It's there. You look at it. It's 1-800 You see that, right? 1-800-971-4383. You can call us, and then you can be just the second caller calling in. Thank you so much for calling us today and for reciting Surah An-Nas for us.
Make your video.
Oh, did you make a video yet? You know, to make a video and upload it on Recite on TV. You know about that?
Yes, so I did it.
You already did it. All right. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. We're very happy for you. All right. So stay tuned and stay guided with...
I did on YouTube.
Guide us TV.
No, you have to put it... If you want to enter the contest, it has to be on Recite on TV. Otherwise, it won't be in the contest, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, be sure you put it in the right place. Is that right?
Yeah, Recite on TV.
Recite on TV. Yeah, I just asked one of our technicians. He said yes. Also, by the way, tell other people to do the same thing so you'll get the reward of all of those who do that. And everybody gets a prize. Everybody gets a prize. And the number one winner will win $1,000, inshallah. Okay?
Can I enter?
Go ahead. Go ahead. You can enter.
You got it.
You just can't win. Alhamdulillah. I told Richard he can enter, but he can't win. Say it again.
Can I recite Surah Ikhlas?
You can recite Surah Ikhlas. I think that's a real good idea. What do you think about that, Doctor? Do you think we should listen?
Very good. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes. Okay, Dr. Sultan said yes, so let's do that. Go ahead. We're listening.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
Number one. I love it. Great. That's really good. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. We're going to make the announcement of the winners in the month of Dhul Hijjah, and it'll be right at the time of Eid al-Adha, like the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, inshallah. Okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. Wa alaikum assalam, rahmatullahi barakatuh. We love you. Thank you. MashaAllah. Dr. Sultan, what did you think?
Oh, so uplifting. MashaAllah. Looking at our new generation, I have a lot of hope, a lot of expectations that the work of Allah Ta'ala will continue on with this young generation. We are the old generation. We are passing the baton to younger generation, and hopefully they will do a job better than we did. So that's what my prayer is.
Well, it wouldn't be real hard to bait us out, would it? Richard, what did you think about that? Richard Kiefer in Missouri.
I love it. That's one of the surahs I've memorized. I know that surah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay. All right. By the way, just so you know, like I said, you can enter, you just can't win.
No, it's anybody who would quote the Quran is a winner.
Oh, now I like that. That's cool. That was cool. MashaAllah. Let's we have another caller. Let's take another call. Assalamu alaikum, caller.
You have a caller.
Yes.
To call, press 1.
All right.
Press
Let's take that call right now. Dr. Sultan, we have another caller on the air.
MashaAllah.
Okay, tell him to greet him and talk to him. You got it.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Speaker.
They're trying to answer you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
MashaAllah, wa
Walaikum
alaikum
assalam.
salam. Go ahead. Tell us where.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
What's your
salam.
name and where you're calling from? What's your name and where you're calling from?
He's trying to answer. He's trying to answer.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
We gotta fix your phone.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Go ahead.
How are you, Sir Yusuf?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Go ahead. Tell us where you're calling from. What's your name?
I'm calling from New York. My name is Jan. I'm calling from New York.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. And what did you want to recite for us tonight?
I'm going to recite Surah Al-Baqarah.
Ad-Duha.
Okay, great. That sounds good. Go ahead.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا تقولوا لمن يقتل في سبيل الله أموات بل أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون ولنبلونكم من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون صدق الله العظيم.
You picked a very good part of Surah Baqarah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Anytime any kind of a catastrophe happens, any kind of fitna, any kind of chaos, then it's important for us to say, from Allah we came, and to Allah is the return. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A great way to start our program off today. I really am proud of you for that. Good, good, good. Thank you. And we got another caller. Let's take another caller. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. MashaAllah. We have another caller. Let's take another caller. MashaAllah. Salaam alaikum rahmatullah. Go ahead. You're on the air. Talk to us. I can't hear you. Talk to us. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Oh, all right. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Richard, what do you think about all of this?
That is awesome. That is awesome. Quoting the word of the living God. That's amazing. Put that in your heart and memorize that for years and years to come. Mashallah, they'll need that. This world is a little crazy, and they can fall back on the word.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. I was so happy to hear the two callers we've already had, and we didn't even get started great today. That is wonderful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. This is what we've been waiting for the people to start calling in, because that way everybody knows about Recite on TV. This is a very, very important thing for us to share the message of reciting on TV. Because if you don't know about that, maybe you'll just pass it by and not realize that this is a great chance to get a good... Yeah, I got another phone call. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's take another phone call. Salaam alaikum, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Abu Mujahid from Pennsylvania. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Alhamdulillah. Sheikh Yusuf, how are you?
Yes, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. By the way, whenever you call in be sure you know not to watch the TV, because that is going to be like 1 minute ago. So you're watching whatever you're watching right now. That actually happened 1 minute ago. So you need to listen to the phone and don't pay attention to that. Just call us and we'll tell, and you'll hear us and you'll know we're talking to you. Okay? Go ahead, Abu Mujahid.
Sheikh Yusuf, it's so sweet to see you. It's so wonderful to see you. Still kicking and calling people to Allah. MashaAllah. So nice.
How have you been?
Alhamdulillah. We're hanging in there. We're near Allentown, Pennsylvania. We've been kind of locked down for more than the time of the virus. My wife had a stroke in 16 or 17, and so we've been down since we've been in lockdown pretty much since April of 19. Really not going too many places, staying home a lot. So the virus didn't impact us that way. And one of the grocery stores
over a year, you're saying for over a year and 3 months now you've been in this shutdown position.
Yeah, pretty much 90% inside, I'd say. Go to the gas station, go to the grocery store, do what I have to do, get outside once in a while, take a walk. We're blessed with a balcony facing east, so we have a lot of sunshine in the morning. So it's good. And one of the grocery stores has a senior hour between 6 and 7, so I don't have to get involved with too many people around me, which is good. I'm a 71, and you and I are up there. We're not spring chickens, and we have to watch it. We have to be careful. Tie our camels real good. And I'm feeling wonderful. I feel, mashallah, Allah's invigorating me. I just came off of an interview with Kenny Bomer live with the Consider This. I just got a chance to in 2 interviews to tell him my life story. And it's on video now, and I can die happy that it didn't get published, but it's on video, so it's a legacy to help bring people to understand the differences and the similarities, and that it's all one story. It's really all one story on a timeline, and Islam is the place on the timeline we are.
MashaAllah. Do you know that we, brother, the brother that's talking to us on the phone right now, his name is Abu Mujahid Pass, and he has been in Islam now for like 5 years. Is that right?
11 years.
11 years. Oh, well, when I met you was 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2009. So I became Muslim in 2009, and I met you in 2013. So I was a little baby. So this is 14. 14 was it? It was the food thing. It was the Lancaster program.
Yes, it was. I remember. And then, but see, I would like to tell everybody, our brother volunteered to join us, and some people would say big mistake, but actually it was great for us and great for him as well, because we hooked up with Hajj. What was the Sheikh's name?
Sheikh Hatem.
Hatem al-Hajj. Hatem al-Hajj. Yeah. And you did all of the camera work and the setup and everything for him while he was doing the program, right?
Yes. MashaAllah, I was so fortunate to have that opportunity. And now, since I'm homebound a lot, and I still desire to serve Allah, he's got me on the other side of the camera. I've been getting interviewed by Eddie on the Dean Show and by Kenny Bomer. You interviewed me. So I wanted to serve Allah behind the camera, and since I can't do that now, he put me in front of it.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
I'm very happy about that. That my story's out there, and anybody who's looking, any Jew or Christian who feels compromised, who feels challenged, who's looking for answers. I don't have all the answers, but I can show you where some of the bridges aren't out, and you can cross, and you can find the answers. And I can tell them how to do that. And so, I'm a caller like you. I'm just a little one. I'm a little caller. And alhamdulillah, how are you? How's your family?
Alhamdulillah. With us right now, we have 2 very special guests. We have Richard Kiefer, who is a former Baptist minister. You were of the Jewish faith. He was of the Christian faith for over 43, I think, years. He was a preacher. Something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, in between my Yeah, and in between my Jewish and my Muslim, I was a Christian and a monk and a minister in a holy order and on my own. So I
Wait a minute. A minister, and then you became a Muslim.
And a meditator and a hippie.
Meditator and a hippie. Whoa! Did you ever ride a motorcycle?
Not in that order.
Not in that order. All right. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Well,
it started when Kennedy got shot, and I said, "Oh man, I got to find out why I'm here and what's going on." They lied. Everybody, we knew they were lying in 1963. It wasn't a one shooter. Yeah. So I've been watching everything since then, and this is what led me to Islam. I was looking for the truth. I wasn't looking for religion. I was looking for. I already had God. I believed in one God. I was a Jew. I believed in one God, but something wasn't kosher, and I wanted to find out what was going on out here. You know?
He said, a Jewish man said something wasn't kosher.
Yeah, when a president of the United States gets shot dead, his head blown off in broad daylight on television, and they don't know the story 50 years later, somebody's lying, somebody's hiding something, and there's a reason. And same thing as 9/11. I don't want to get political, but I believe the same people did both of them, but I don't want to get into all that. Maybe for another show. I don't want to crash your show.
MashaAllah.
Is there a way?
That's right. Yeah.
Is there a way him and I can connect?
Train wreck for the Muslims. The Muslims, it's like watching a slow motion train wreck because Allah gave us the guidance. He showed us. He told us what's going to happen. Not in every single detail, but
hey, you know what? Well, we got you on the phone with us. Let's ask you to recite the Quran for us, because this is the name of the show that we're working on right now, and we'd like for you to do that. You can recite the Quran for us. How about that idea?
How about Al-Fatiha?
Yeah, that's great. Go ahead.
And then okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Bismillah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Do you want me to recite it melodiously, or just
up to you? It's your show. Go ahead. Have a good time.
Okay. All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Yahdina siratal mustaqim, Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim, Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin.
Ameen. That's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, Richard, you got to hear that, so you know that you're not the only one that's learning the Quran, and you're working on that too. That is all. It's all great, isn't it?
Absolutely. Is there some way we can connect with him, me and him?
They learned an ayah, they memorized it, they learned the meaning, and then they went to the next one. I would love to learn it like that. One ayah at a time, memorize it, own it, know what it means, and go to the next one.
MashaAllah. Yeah, that's great.
That's how Jibreel taught. That's how Muhammad, peace be upon him, I understand.
Yeah,
from what I've read, that's the way to go. And I haven't. I'd love to learn it that way. So I'm working on it.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in too. Thank you.
Where are you at these days? Are you traveling? Are you set?
Oh, here and there and everywhere, and mostly at home because of the lockdown for everybody. Alhamdulillah. Okay, we got. Yeah. Go ahead.
You got other people to talk to? I don't want to hold you.
Well, we got to take a quick break. We'll take this little break and we'll be right back. So stay on the line with us. And you guys at home, please stay right there and stay guided with Guidance TV. And we will be right back, inshallah. This is how to watch on the different ways that you can watch. You can watch us on... Just stay there and you'll find out.
Here are some ways to get Guidance TV. Via satellite on Galaxy 19 FTA. At this satellite frequency, transponder rate 5, frequency 11836 MHz, polarity vertical, symbol rate 20770, FEC 3/4, channel ID, Guide US TV. You can also download the app to your smartphone. Available for iPhones from the App Store, for Android on Google Play. And now Guide Us TV is available on Roku. Get guided with Guide Us TV. Here are some ways to get Guide Us TV. Via satellite on Galaxy 19 FTA. At this satellite frequency, transponder rate 5, frequency 11836 MHz, polarity vertical, symbol rate 20770, FEC 3/4, channel ID, Guide US TV. You can also download the app to your smartphone. Available for iPhones from the App Store, for Android on Google Play. And now Guide Us TV is available on Roku. Get guided with Guide Us TV. Here are some ways to get Guide Us TV. Via satellite.
Housekeeping.
All right, mashallah. What we're talking about now is how you can get a free Quran. And what you do is you go to afreequran.com. That's the letter A, then the word free, and then Quran, and then .com. And what will happen? Well, you're looking at it. This is afreequran.com. So I would like to encourage you to, as soon as you possibly can, here we go. I see what the problem is. We've got to, let me come back to, yeah, there we go. Alhamdulillah. Yep. I was on the wrong one. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, here it is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys how you can get a free Quran. I want everybody to know about this website because, in fact, this is one of the best ways to get a free Quran is just to go right here. Let me see if you can see it now. Yeah, here we go. Take a look. Now, you got your headphones on?
I'm looking at the register.
Yeah. All right. And it's going again. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I am trying my best to show you something and it is not working. Let me try it this way. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, afreequran.com. Just go to that website. What you're going to see is a place to enter your name, your email, your address, the city, what state you're in, and so on. Then you can leave us a message. This is really stretched out weird. I don't know if we can get it to... Yeah. All right, that looks a little bit better. It's still not what I would like to see, but let me see if I can figure out. That's this one. There we go. All right. Now. Yep. There, now you can read it better. So at the very bottom of it, it shows you some of the links that you can actually use to, yeah, if you would like to make a donation, that's on there too. But also that if you would like to know how to follow some of our other websites, that's at the very bottom of the page. You can do that as well. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Okay, unfortunately that didn't work out as well as I had hoped for it, but if you would like to get a free Quran, you can go to our website, afreequran.com. recitations.com, and then fill it all out. Then we'll send you a free Quran. You will not have to pay the postage. It is a real free. Sometimes some of the things you see on the internet will say something is free, but then they'll say postage and handling and shipping and all of this, and it'll wind up being $10, $20, even more than that. And you thinking, wait a minute, how come it's free, but I got to pay $30 for this thing? And that's, yeah, we all have experienced that kind of thing. So anyway, we have one of our callers on the line right now. We have Brother Abu Mujahid. And let me ask you a question. Who was it that first told you about Islam?
When my boys were little, this is going back almost like 30 years, somebody came to my door and gave me a Quran. And I looked at the cover. It was real pretty. It had the gold inlay. It was dark green with gold inlay. And I looked at it. I admired it. I looked inside. I closed it, put it on the bookshelf, and I never looked at it again. And I forgot. I don't even know where it is. That was in, that must have been in the 80s. And then I was in Arkansas, and the little business I had in my retirement years was going down, and business was slow because of the tourist season. It was only in the summer when we made money. And in 2009, my oldest son, who had become Muslim before me, called me. And he had watched me all my life, looking for the truth on the internet in 2001 and 9/11 and this and that. And he said, "Dad, are you sitting down?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Muhammad really is the last prophet. He's foretold by Moses and Jesus. And look at this and this and this in the Old Testament, and look at this here in the New Testament." And I didn't know any Muslims at the time. All I knew was I defended the truth about 9/11, and people were accusing me of defending Muslims, and I wasn't. I didn't even know any. I was just defending the truth, which was they couldn't have done it. They couldn't have masterminded it. It was impossible. So then I realized how much there was blind, ignorant hate going around that had no purpose, that had no thought behind it, other than somebody was doing something, somebody was manipulating. So I looked at those pages in my privacy. I looked at those verses, and so as Allah is my witness, I wasn't under any external influences. Those words were standing on little columns of light. Sheikh Yusuf, it looked three-dimensional, like when you put on the 3D glasses and look at the comic books in the old days, or go to the movies and everything's coming out at you. Everybody knows what 3D is. It was like that, but without the glasses on. It was like these things were popping out at me. And about it, I didn't immediately drop to my knees or anything, but I had a couple of dreams. One dream was a sound that was so loud I felt the world was crashing around me. The house, or an airplane had hit the house or something. And when I woke up, it was just totally quiet, just crickets. I was out in the woods in Arkansas living, and it was just quiet. And it was such the loudest sound I'd ever heard. And this was after my son had given me dawah. I went back to sleep, and I saw a man, and he had on a gold turban, and he had on a white, robe, and he had on a gold shawl over his shoulders, and he was sitting down, so it kind of fell to his sides. I couldn't see his face. I couldn't see any physical detail of his face, but I felt a huge smile coming at me. I just felt a total smile, like the whole world was smiling at me. The whole universe was smiling at me. It felt like creation was smiling at me, but it was the Creator was smiling at me through His messenger, Muhammad. I talked to my first imam about it. He said this was Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he was greeting me, welcoming me. I made shahada. My chest opened up like a French door. I felt like my heart was exploding in a good way. Tears were flying out of my eyes like birds. They weren't just rolling down my face. The tears, and I wasn't shaking my head. The tears were actually projecting out of my eyes. I mean, I was heaving with cry. My tears were my cry was heaving my whole body, like I was shaking. But I wasn't shaking enough to make my tears fly out. And internally, I felt the heaving in my heart, in my soul. But And it was like my son and I communicated. I made Shahada, and I started praying. And I was alone for months in Arkansas, praying. And I had a little store. It went down. My wife left. That second wife left at the time. I was an editorial cartoonist. People told me, now you're a Muslim, you don't draw faces anymore. I said, hey, I made money at it. What am I supposed to do? So when you give up something for Allah, you get something better. So when I moved to Jonesboro, Arkansas, where the nearest masjid was, Arkansas State University was there. They were giving free tuition to people at 60 to be called the Silver Scholar Program. I had just turned 60, and I had broken my parents' heart by dropping out of college, like in the 60s, in the 1960s. So I moved to Jonesboro, became a Muslim, helped the imam there, helped him out because he was pretty much working it himself in a small community, a lot of foreign students and not a big residential community. And, it just was amazing how everything just dovetailed together. And I got to go to Arkansas State University and get my college degree at the age of 63. Chancellor's list, dean's list. My father he got to see my diploma before he passed away, and it made his whole life happy. He made us so happy. I'd broken his heart when I dropped out of college with a semester to go, and my mother and father were so thrilled that I had finished. So Allah did give me something better. I learned how to do video, and I got to work with you. And I'd already known some video, but I got a formal education about it. I'd done some video before. So then I met you at that food festival, and you said, what are you doing this afternoon? And I said, nothing. You said, come with me. And I said, where are we going? You said, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It was like 4 hours or 3 hours. And you and I we drove together over there, and we got to know each other. And I'm so grateful for that moment, for that golden moment.
Well, thank you so much for giving us all that. I think of my original question, I asked you what introduced you to Islam, but we've got the whole story in a nutshell. MashaAllah. Okay.
It was my son. And
Yep.
the interesting part of that is, I delivered my son. I pulled my son into this dunya with my own hands. The midwife was in the bathroom at the time, so she threw me a hot cloth. He drowned in my hands, and I helped him come out. So the joke of the family between him and me is, I pulled him into this dunya and he pulled me out of it.
So you pulled your son out of his mother into the dunya, and he pulled you out of the dunya to Allah. That's a pretty good combination. I like it. All right.
Yeah, another miracle of that. If I have a minute, I didn't want to monopolize it. Can I tell you one more quick one?
Yeah, go ahead. I still have a little bit of strength left in my arm. Go ahead.
With your permission. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want this to cause you any pain. But
too late for that. Go ahead.
My son became Muslim in 2008. I became Muslim in 2009. My father made Shahada before he died in 2013. And I have a grandson. My son and his wife had a son, Noah. And now, so in 8 years, Allah made 4 generations of Muslims in my family. In 8 years, there were no Muslims in my family.
Wow.
Now, 8 years later, there's my father. May Allah rest his soul in light in his grave. And may he walk with Muhammad in Jannah. And may Allah explain everything to him. Because my dad was an orphan. He saw his dad shot when he was 7. So may Allah, may Muhammad take him by the hand and explain everything to him, because he never lost his faith. That man could have been the meanest guy in the world. Seeing your dad shot when you're 7 years old, and he never stopped praying. My father was I'm so fortunate to have had him for a father. This man could have been the meanest, and he'd have a good reason, but he kept praying. He kept praying. He had questions, but he never stopped.
MashaAllah. All right, let's take this chance to bring in Dr. Sultan. He just got back with us. Dr. Sultan, did you hear all of this good information from our brother there, Abu Mujahid?
I heard part of the information. When I came in, he was already talking about becoming Muslim and how he pulled the baby out of mother's womb, and also that how his father had Shahada. Allah Ta'ala accept all those good deeds, and there are 4 generations of Muslims now within a few years.
Ameen.
Allah Ta'ala accept all their good deeds and forgive all the bad deeds. Allah Ta'ala is, of course, forgiving.
Ameen.
And to you better.
Yes, yeah. Actually, I'm. Let me put it back up there where they can hear you. Hold on. All right, go ahead. Say it again. Ameen and.
I said, and to you better.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. All right, Richard. I would like for you. I would like for you to meet our brother Abu Mujahid Pass, and he's on the phone with us right now. So if you could just give him a big salam, and we'll hook you and him together a little later after the program, because I think you have a lot to share with each other.
Absolutely. Salam alaikum, my brother in Pennsylvania.
Alhamdulillah. Alaikum salam. Where are you?
I'm in Detroit, Michigan area.
Oh, okay. I have relatives there. I have in-laws there.
But we grew up in the pit.
My wife's brother is there. My wife's best brother is there. Yes.
Whereabouts in Pennsylvania are you?
I'm about an hour and a half north of Philadelphia. About an hour between Philadelphia and about an hour and a half southwest of New York. So by Allentown. Hour and a half to New York northeast, and about an hour to Philly due south. I'm about a half an hour in, or 45 minutes in, from the Delaware River, which is the border between New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and about halfway, mid-central.
Yes, good. And my wife is from Pittsburgh.
Well, that's about 5 hours west of me, 4 or 5 hours west.
I know. That's a long state.
It's a beautiful town. It's a beautiful city. Beautiful city.
Yeah, we've driven the Pennsylvania Turnpike the whole route. That's a long state.
Oh, 76 is a killer with the tunnels and the killer trucks. It's better to go 80. It's longer, but 80 is better.
Yeah, actually, this is an international broadcast, so we can save the map instructions for later.
I hear you.
All right, let me put this phone down a little while and let my arm have a tiny rest, inshallah. It's so great to hear from you. Thank you for reciting for us, and make dua that Allah accept from all of us. Ameen.
Ameen. Ameen.
All right, thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. MashaAllah, we've had so many great calls tonight. Dr. Sultan, what do you think about all that?
That's all Allah Ta'ala's blessing. All Allah Ta'ala's guiding people who want to be guided. And I was really impressed with the Jewish story, because historically we know that even in Prophet ﷺ time, very few Jews became Muslim. So this is a very big thing for a Jew to become a Muslim and accept the truth. So this is really commendable.
MashaAllah. Actually, I have seen quite a few Jews take Shahada from us, and we've documented those. And one of them was in one of our programs called Bridge to Faith. And I think we should bring that up sometime and let folks have a chance to watch, and especially when we have Abu Mujahid Pass with us, because his whole beautiful story along with that one. And then one of the rabbis in New York is a very close personal friend of ours, and he has really done a lot of work to try to bridge a gap between the Christians and the Jews and the Muslims. And he's working constantly talking about there really is one God, and let's all hang out with that idea. Let's focus on that part and what brings us together under God, and not what divides us up in this world. And I appreciate that, mashallah. All right.
And that's also Allah Ta'ala's commandment in Surah Al-Imran, that talks about that when you talk to people of different faith, you talk to them what is common in between you and us. And the one thing common between you and us is that we pray only one God. and then it goes on in more other details. But that's the basic gist, that we should talk to each other what is common between all of us, you see.
That works for me. I hope that works for a lot of the viewers that we have as well, because the more you think about it, the more you realize that if you believe in the one God, then why not take this chance to consider that there are other people that believe in that same one God, and then think about what they're saying, what they're doing, and if it agrees with you, regardless of why, but you agree with it, so accept that. In other words, if I said, well, God is beyond his creation, and if you believe that, okay, and God is the one who made everything, but he existed before it. He doesn't need the creation for anything other than just giving us the opportunity to learn, accept or reject, make choices, and then judge us for what we actually did. I mean, that if you agree with really agreeing with the Old Testament, and you're agreeing with the New Testament in essence, because that you can find the places in the Bible where it's saying exactly what I'm telling you about, and then that's just something that the Muslims would agree wholeheartedly to. Then there would be some differences, but hold on, let's look at where the similarities are first, then consider what, after you've accepted that the basis of this whole idea, there is a God, the universe didn't create itself, let's start with that. Then we go to the next thing, that the God that did all of this, he has to have existed before, and he will exist after, so that's a reality. Then if we said, well, he created us and he's the only real sustainer of the universe, we get this. And if you're accepting all of that with us, now we'll consider what's the source. What source do you have for your proof? And what source does somebody else have for their proof? And then whatever proof is stronger. For what I already believe, I believe there's only one God. What's the strongest proof that there is on the earth for believing in that one God? And for myself, I relied on the Old Testament of the Bible until I learned about the Quran. And then I said, you know what? Let me look at this thing from an objective point of view. I don't want to be, I don't want to stand up and say, no, it's not what I grew up with, so I can't take it. That doesn't really make any sense. And lo and behold, it turns out that the strongest proof for the one God, for all of the universe, the actual descriptions of many things that we find out today are fact, were in the Quran 1400 years ago, and in many cases almost 1400 years before they were discovered by so-called scientists today. So this, to me, shows there's a legitimate reason to look to that particular source over the other sources, because we have so much proof in the Quran. And that is the steps of the dawah that I think that we should focus on that. Let's go to Richard, though, and because he is an expert, our expert anyway, on the Bible, and let's ask him, what do you think about that, Richard?
That's perfectly true. That is perfectly true as far as the Old Testament. In the New Testament, Jesus alayhi salam taught us there was one God. There was only one God, and it was the one God that he prayed to, that he got his information from, all of his direction. And but we still reach a point sometimes where, even though we have all the facts laid out, we still need to make dua for those who, just in light of the facts, still won't accept, that there is one God. A lot of friends that I know still say, Allah is not their God, that the God who gave begotten Son is their God, and that is a distinct difference. So at that point, I think it's best not to argue, not to discuss, but just to kind of make dawah and say, here's what, and hopefully that they will eventually understand that as well. Sometimes even in the light of truth, it's like, well, I've believed this now for a long time, I'm not going to change. So it's good to just accept that and turn that over to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to work in their heart.
Yeah, from my perspective, you see, Allah Ta'ala in Quran says, then if you don't know what you should do is ask somebody who knows. I know my belief is strong that Allah is one, and Allah created Jesus, and Allah created Moses, and Allah created Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and all the other messengers. But when it comes down to scientific facts, when it comes to logic, reason, well, I'm in field of medicine. That's not my forte. So I refer people to Dr. Zakir Naik, who with all the explicit references from their scriptures, he brings to the conclusion that God is one, and all the scriptures tell you that if messenger will come in the future, his name will be Muhammad, and you should be following those. So Zakir Naik is an expert in that area. So I just refer my people to him, because his is full of videos are full of on YouTube.
You still reach a point though where someone who's perhaps like myself, been a Christian for 50, 60, 70 years, and it's like, I can't change now. I don't care what the facts are. I don't care what you say. I believe that Jesus died for my sins, that he was begotten of God the Father, and you just can't move on. At that point, it's good just to part ways and allow Allah to perhaps send another messenger to them. Sometimes you just, even in the light of facts, people don't want to change.
I 100% agree. That's what even our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam could not change everybody to Islam, because Allah Ta'ala said that your job is to get the message.
Exactly.
Whom I guide gets it. Whom I don't guide doesn't get it. As simple as that. Your job is, you did your job, give them the message. Now it's Allah Ta'ala's guidance that guides them. He'll get it. He's not, he will not, and that's the way it is.
Yep.
Well, for me, I think that the best way to get started is with this book right here. The Quran will, even if you don't know Arabic, the next best thing would be to sit with somebody who can help you. And if you don't know anybody who is a Muslim that could help you, the next best thing after that is a translation of the Quran. The translation of the Quran is not really the Quran. It's the meaning or the translation of it. And it does pretty good. It's pretty good. And it has helped so many people get to Islam. But then, after they get into Islam, I highly recommend to take the time to learn the Laghut Arabiya. Now, this particular book here has both. This has both in it. You can see the Arabic on one side, you can see the English on the other side, and if you take some time, we have a website that you can learn the Arabic language, and then you'll be able to read it, inshallah, God willing. And with the help, again, help of a brother or sister who knows the Arabic, that can help you, that knows how to translate along with that, this is an amazing thing. And I tell you what, after you start learning the Arabic language, when you read the Quran, it's almost like you're anticipating what the next word is going to be. For instance, I'll give you an example of something in English. If you know English language pretty good, you should probably know this one. If somebody was reciting to you something, and even if you thought you maybe hadn't heard it in a long time, you still anticipate what you're going to hear. If I said, roses are red, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, and so are. What do you think the next word is going to be?
You.
You got it. You got it. Because, number one, it will rhyme. Number two, it makes a lot of good sense. And number three, the cadence is there. It's a one-syllable word. You wouldn't say, the roses are red, the violets are blue, the sugar is sweet, and so you are too. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It would still give the same meaning, but it doesn't sound right. So the Quran is loaded from the beginning to the end with these kind of I don't even know how to explain it in English language, but the ayat of the Quran, the verses of the Quran, have a way that they end and go into the next thing, and you'll have a series of them, and then it will change and give you something else, and you'll see that particular motion going, and then you see something else going, and the next group, and the next group, and especially when you come to the things when Allah is talking about hellfire, you can feel it, you know, and when he's talking about Jannah, and he can put this in the same sentence, and you'll feel the sentence go up, and then down really bad. For instance, when Allah says, we like to say this before we start reciting. We seek refuge with Allah from the evil of the devil. Okay? So we say this, and then Hu Allahu. That means Allah, He is. Al-Ghafur Wadud. He is the forgiver, and the one who is Al-Wadud, the loving God. That sounds nice. All right, so when you hear that part of the Quran, but there's another part where it says Allah Ghafur Rahim, He's the forgiver, the merciful, wa Shadid al-Iqab, and Shadid al-Iqab, they're very strong on the punishment. Wow. So these are some of the things when you read the Quran in the Arabic language, you cannot really miss it. If you know Arabic, you start to recite it, you'll feel, especially if you say the wrong thing at the end, you'll say, whoa, back up, something wrong, what did I do? And I really encourage you guys, freequran.com. Go there, order your free Quran, we'll send it out to you. All right, we got to take a short break. We'll be right back right after this. And we want to let everybody know how you can support us. How important is it to have Guidus TV in your home, in your country, right here in the United States of America and Canada and around the world, because we broadcast all over the world now, everywhere. So stay tuned, stay guided. We'll be right back right after this, how you can help us go and grow. You're watching The Newsroom, Islam Newsroom. The news you want when you want it, from the Islamic perspective.
Now we have some websites, alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Who is Allah? Maybe we'll even see somebody enter into Islam.
Excuse me, do you believe in God?
Why do we call him Allah?
One more time, everyone. Okay, good.
These are the ones that we're going to be mailing out. Ilaha. Illa. Allah.
And I bear witness. That Muhammad.
That's right, we're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that, inshallah ta'ala, we'll all be able to benefit from.
Log in now and make your contribution today to support your favorite project at donatetoislam.com.
are back. So that's how you can support the effort that we're doing. DonateIslam.com. We have several different ones. We have Donate to Islam, Donate for Islam, Donate Islam. We did that so that the hackers and scammers couldn't get something similar and then take people over and make them think they're helping Islam, and they're actually helping some guys start a bar or something like that. You know, they've done that in the past. So anyway, Donate Islam, 2 words, DonateIslam.com, and you'll see, oh man, how many ways that you can help us help others to know about Islam, to clothe those who are poor, and to feed those who are hungry, and to build masjids, mosques, right? And build schools, repair schools, and help after the floods, and help the refugees in different parts of the world. We team up with all of the legitimate groups that are helping people around the world, and we put it on the air, and we help them to collect the funds and make sure it goes through. There's no hanky-panky with the money. There's no, what did they call it? Money washing?
Laundering?
Money laundering, yeah. Money washing. I need to keep up with stuff a little bit better. All right. Dr. Sultan, what would you, I want to bring you back in. What would you recommend for folks who would like to know more about the Quran? Oh, we got a caller. I forgot. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Let's do that. Let me see if that works. Salaam alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullah. How you doing?
Good. My question is for the Recite on TV. I've been trying to reset my password for my account, but every time I try to put in a password, it keeps saying invalid. Email. Do you know what I can do in order to reset my password?
Can you send an email to me?
Like a couple days ago.
Listen to me. Listen, do you know how to send an email?
Yes.
Okay. Send an email to contact, C-O-N-T-A-C-T. Contact. Wait a minute. Contact.
I'm composing.
All right.
Okay, so
contact at, you know the A in the circle? At?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Guideus.tv.
Guideus.tv, yes. So, send it today so that we can find it. We do get thousands of emails, that's true. But if you send it today, and we're going to be looking for it today, we'll find it, okay? We'll find it. In the subject line, put your first name and then where you're from. What is your first name?
Areeb. A-R-E-E-B.
Okay, put that in the subject line, and then we'll know how to find it real quick, and we'll be able to answer your question. But be sure to spell out everything in the storyline there so that we'll know, in the subject line, below the title thing. Just give us what happened, and then we can, and if you want to put your phone number in there, then we can call you back from our number.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else I need to do?
That'll work. We'll have it all solved up. If you do that in the next hour, we can have it all fixed up for you within an hour. How about that?
Okay, sounds good.
Well, you reminded me about something. I'm glad, because somebody else had a bigger problem than that. A bigger problem than that. You know what it was? About 4 or 5 or 6 years ago, somebody won our Recite on TV contest. Okay? And their name was Ibrahim. And Ibrahim was living in Cleveland, Ohio. And we had attempted to send this out to them. And you can see on the back, and it didn't get there. And we don't know what happened. So, and yeah. So if they contact us, they need to do the same thing. Send an email to contact@guideus.tv so that we can know who you are. We'll need some proof of who it is, because anybody could do that. But if you tell us some information, you know who you are and what it is that we're trying to send you. So just talk to us, let us know, and then Ibrahim, and you'll tell us your last name too, because I didn't mention that. So just contact us, contact@guideus.tv, and then inshallah, God willing, and the creeks don't rise, yeah, then we'll be able to get this package to you, and you need it. All right. And by the way, this is the same way we use this to put these guys in here. So if you want to get the reward of helping people get the Quran, then we'll do the packaging up, we'll put the stamps on it, we'll mail it out, and you'll get the reward for helping somebody get the Quran. And you can donate that, donate to Islam.
Donate Islam.
Huh?
Donate Islam.
DonateIslam.com. Yes, DonateIslam.com. And when you go there, you'll see how to support the Free Quran Project, guys.
And Recite on TV.
All right, now you're watching Recite on TV.
Sheikh. This is a Reach mother speaking. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullah. How is everything?
Yes, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Sheikh, I just need to know that I just put some donation towards the donate-to-Quran.com, but it won't work. So I just give, I don't want to mention, but because it's a reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the thing is that I just donate to your institution, which has been, I think, made in Ramadan. So I tried to, but it says that I think the donation has been up, or the days will, I don't know. I just did it on 28th or 27th of Ramadan to just put some of the money to you can say mission, which you are doing right now. So I don't know, it's still up, but I was trying to make the donation. I need to make more donations towards that. Exactly. But is this the same? Because there was a trouble going through the transaction. I don't know, some problem, or I don't know what happened. But
actually,
I really
you're right. During Ramadan, we think we had some hackers trying to hack our account, and then it actually locked everybody out so that they couldn't get in. But nobody got to take anything out. But then we got it all fixed, and everything was working great. So there's no problem on it. And if you do experience a problem, you can always write to us, contact@guideus.tv.com. I mean, guideus.tv, okay. Sorry. Everything we have is a .com. We have, by the way, I don't know if you know this, we have 4,000 websites. We have 4,000 domains. And many of these domains are coming up like #1 in Google for years and years. Whenever people type in keywords, like if you type in Tafsir Quran, we're one of the top ones. If you type in the word Tafsir Quran, you'll find tafsirquran.com is our website, and it gives you the full tafsir in English and Arabic. And
yes.
that is one of them. We also have another one called Q Tafsir that gives you everything that of Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir's the translation of Ibn Kathir's. This is volumes, and we put all of that up there in English. And then we have so many more. But one of the things that people can use is, let me see if I can find it. I can't see this. I got to move this phone thing out of the way so I can see what we're doing. There we go. Now I can see it. Browser. Yeah. I want to show people something here. It's called shareislam.com. Now, shareislam.com, this particular one is I should There we go. There. Now, you can see this is, come on. No, I can't make it work. Ah, there it goes.
Yes, Sheikh. I just read your tafsir a lot because it's a very detailed tafsir, and I just translate to, not translate, but I just, of course, I need to read that as well because it's very detailed tafsir, and it's with the ahadith and everything. It's very described thing in every, in every form of the, ayat and everything. So I usually read your tafsir, which you have just mentioned right now, recitequran.com and the other one. But some of the websites won't work. I don't know why. It's not some error showing.
That's under construction.
Yeah, some of them we have are not finished yet because we got 4,000 of them. So yeah, that could happen. Also, that you could be coming in when they're doing some service work to one. And another thing that might happen is sometimes the connections are off. So it could be a lot of different things. But you can always write to us, contact at Guide Us TV, contact at guideus.tv, and then let us know your phone number, and then we can call you back and talk to you after, after the program. How about that?
Yes, Sheikh. Ari is doing right now, and we will just send you an email right away so you can solve the problem because he's doing his right now. So I just want to know that.
All right.
Yes, I just want to know if you have any person who can just help him out because he's doing at home right now.
Okay, again,
so, I need him to,
again, when you call in, whenever you write to us, we're going to be very happy to help you. We can call you and talk to you. So give us your phone number. We'll call you back. How about that?
Yes, Sheikh.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your patience, for your calling, and being a good supporter of Guide Us TV. We really do appreciate that. MashaAllah. 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 Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Look who we have with us now. We have a special guest with us right now. And
a sunshine.
Yeah.
Where's the cap? I love the cap. Tomorrow's Friday.
MashaAllah.
I have a cap.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I don't want any of you hiding behind the text that we put up when we put the phone number up. So there's a doctor from Florida in here who is actually hiding behind us. So we need you to bring your camera down and bring your face up. There we go. There we go. A little bit more will be even better.
Okay.
Yeah, bring that. Yeah. Now we can actually see the top. Yeah, now we actually see all of your face now. And mashallah, what a cute guy. We had a bunch of phone calls that came in too. We've only got about 12 minutes left, or 14 minutes left in the program, something like that.
You want to give a little heart stuff?
I would hope for that. If we could do that, that would be so great. I'm going to turn off the phone right now and move that out of the way, and let's see if we can bring up our browser and go to this.
We're doing Surah Al-Hashr, verses 2.
Yeah.
Surah Al-Hashr, verses 2.
I had that up. I had it ready for you, and we used it for something else. Hashr is 58, I think, isn't it?
It's 57, Hashr.
Oh, yeah, Mujaddala is 58. All right.
MashaAllah, very impressive.
No, I'm looking right at it. I'm looking at it. So it's not hard when you're looking. 57 is Al-Hadid.
Okay, Al-Hashr is 59, sorry. 59.
There you go. There you go. Now, and I think you said verse 2 or verse 3?
This is verse 2.
Verse 2.
هو الذي أخرج الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب.
Let's put it on 2 and yeah. All right. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, and let's listen to it.
هو الذي أخرج الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب من ديارهم لأول الحشر ما ظننتم أن يخرجوا وظنوا أنهم مانعتهم حصونهم من الله فأتاهم الله من حيث لم يحتسبوا وقذف في قلوبهم الرعب يخربون بيوتهم بأيديهم وأيدي المؤمنين فاعتبروا يا أولي الأبصار.
It is he who expelled the ones who disbelieved among the people of the Scripture from their homes at the first gathering. You did not think they would leave, and they thought that their fortresses would protect them from Allah. But the decree of Allah came upon them from where they had not expected, and He cast terror into their hearts, so they destroyed their houses by their own hands and the hands of the believers. So take warning, O people of vision.
All right.
That's a very strong and a stern warning. Again,
they destroyed their own houses with their own hands. Tell us about this verse. I want to know about this.
It's subhanallah. You know, I'm gonna bring in. This is very important for those who think that they're gonna live forever, and they think if they're gonna have a fortress or a bunker, that they can protect them from Allah. Well, Allah said that you know, this is not going to work. This is going to actually turn against them. And they make the wrong assumptions. This is again for the disbelievers, you know, and don't believe in Allah. And then Allah have given them, you know, a lot of unexpected, you know, events that have thrown terror into their hearts, to the point that they went berserk, that they went, you know, actually nuts, and they lost their sanity to the point that they were actually starting to destroy their own dwellings with their own hands and the hands of the believers. So in this, you know, ayah, maybe we should take really a admonition or thinking about this. And Allah is addressing those who have eyes that actually can understand and you know, kind of reflect on what happens when people don't follow the orders of Allah, and they will know that they will be left, and that there's no accountability, there's no day reckoning. And then maybe I can hide in that bunker. Then I'll be you know, safe forever, and no one is gonna touch me. Well, Allah can reach anybody, anytime, anywhere, and this the whole mess. And you know, it's a very, very strong ayah. And you know, hopefully, the people who have vision or eyes, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala always refer to the eyes as the vision that actually reflects on the heart. Remember, we said that it is not the eyes that get blind; it's the hearts. So when the eyes and the hearts are connected, that reflects on their action, and the brain to start to, you know, really pause and think about, you know, life, and the fact that we cannot run away from Allah, no matter how fortress is strong and you know, bunkers are, you know, secured and this and that. When it comes to Allah, you know, God Almighty will reach them wherever they happen to be.
Is this the incident? Does it, if I'm correct, it refers to when Muslims try to conquer Khyber fort? Is that in that when when Jews thought that they will be losing, so they started destroying their own houses?
They were referred to the Jews. The actual meanings here, they refer to the Jews of the tribe of Bani and Nadir. So this is specifically to them, and they were ultimately destroyed, with their own hands from the terror that and the horror that got into their hearts. This is the subhanallah, the torment that Allah sends. It has no boundaries, no matter what they think they are.
MashaAllah.
So it's a very, very, very strong message to the believers. So we're still on Surah Al-Hashr, and this particular verse will be the next one, inshallah, verse number 9 in Surah Al-Hashr.
Okay, number 9. Let's.
Surah Al-Hashr, is very, very powerful. The Hashr is the gathering, the huge gathering of the Day of Judgment. And someone really can imagine for the whole humanity from Adam to all the way to the last, one on the planet, till everything is wiped out. This is وَالَّذِينَ تَبَوَّأُوا الدَّارَ وَالْإِيمَانَ
وَالَّذِينَ تَبَوَّأُوا الدَّارَ وَالْإِيمَانَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ يحبون من هاجر إليهم ولا يجدون في صدورهم حاجة مما أوتوا ويؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة ومن يوق شح نفسه فأولئك هم المفلحون.
And also for those who were settled in Al-Madinah and adopted the faith before them. They love those who emigrated to them, and find not any want in their breasts of what the immigrants were given, but give them preference over them. And also for those who were settled in Al-Madinah and adopted the faith before them. They love those who emigrated to them, and find not any want in their breasts of what the immigrants were given, but give them preference over themselves, even though they are in privation. And whoever is protected from the stinginess of his soul, it is those who will be the successful.
This is very, very important, ayah about the self-sacrifice, that you give what you need most. You still give it out. You still give it out to your brothers and sisters. They still have the hardship, but they still give out their last, piece of loaf of bread, their last, glass of milk, their last cup of water, their last everything. And this is going to be like almost unheard of these days when people go to that degree of sacrifice for the love for their brothers and sisters. And again, about the translation, I do know if in their breast, it's actually in their sudur, or the chest where the heart lies. Remember, we discussed initially the heart series. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can refer to the heart in the qalb, from flipping, from that's love, hate, all the other feelings. That flipping, it's qalb, mutaqallib. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one of his dua, Ya muqallib al-qulub, thabbit qulubana ala dinik. Oh Allah, you're the one who flipped the hearts. Fix our hearts on your deen. And you could refer to the heart as fuad. That's the third reference to the heart. It's sudur. Whatever not in the breast, but whatever in the chest, obviously referring to the heart. So that's and then we're going to move on to the the other verse of Surah Al-Hashr, which is number 10, right? The one after it.
Actually, we're out of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wish we can. Maybe tomorrow night, because tomorrow night, as you well know, because it's your idea, we have 2 full hours. We're going to have recite on Quran. We're going to have the hearts. We're going to have the call-ins. We're going to have people reciting. We're going to take questions, everything. Dr. Sultan, are you going to be with us?
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Richard, are you going to be with us?
Inshallah.
All right. Okay. Well, and if that only leaves one more. Let's find out. Dr. Adol, are you with us?
Inshallah.
All right. So, what do we want to tell everybody? Tell everybody to stay guided with
Guidance TV.
Yeah, I like that. That works for us. MashaAllah. Stay tuned. Stay guided.
You're watching The Newsroom, Islam Newsroom. The news you want when you want it, from the Islamic perspective.
Now we have some websites, alhamdulillah.
Assalamu